The Aeon Metricos, Jerusalem the mother of us all. Meaning, in Valentinian Gnostic thought, Metricos is one of the Aeons, divine attributes or emanations. Aeons are not supernatural beings or divine entities, but emanations that arise from the Father and the Son. Metricos emanates from the Sun, one of the 26 Aeons that flow from the Sun, with the other 4 Aeons emanating from the Father. Metricos, often associated with the concept of Jerusalem above, is a divine principle that represents the nurturing and maternal aspects of creation, symbolizing the spiritual nurturing of the believer and the guidance toward divine wisdom. Metaphysical role in Valentinian thought. Metricos, as a maternal aeon, embodies the nurturing qualities of the divine, guiding the believer toward greater wisdom and understanding. This role as a nurturing principle reflects the caring and sustaining aspect of creation, which is aligned with the metaphorical Jerusalem above in Gnostic cosmology. Jerusalem above represents the spiritual dwelling place of the divine wisdom, where the faithful are spiritually nurtured and led to ultimate union with the divine. The Gospel of Philip articulates this relationship between the maternal principle and the believer's journey. It states, "A Gentile does not die, for he has never lived in order that he may die. He who has believed in the truth has found life, and this one is in danger of dying, for he is alive. Since Christ came, the world has been created, the cities adorned, the dead carried out. When we were Hebrews, we were orphans and had only our mother, but when we became Christians, we had both father and mother." This passage highlights the transition from a state of spiritual orphanhood to one of divine fullness, where the believer is embraced by both the father and the mother. Here, Metricos, as the maternal principle, is seen as the spiritual mother who nurtures the believer, bringing them into the fullness of truth. In Gospel of Philip, it is further explained, "He who has knowledge of the truth is a free man, but the free man does not sin, for he who sins is the slave of sin. Truth is the mother, knowledge the father." This passage connects the maternal principle of Metricos with truth, which is portrayed as the mother of the believer. Truth gives birth to knowledge, represented by the Father, which is necessary for spiritual freedom. The combination of truth, the mother, and knowledge, the Father, facilitates the spiritual growth of the believer, aligning them with the divine wisdom that guides them through life. Role in the consciousness of a believer. Metricos, as a maternal aeon, plays a significant role in the consciousness of the believer, particularly in their spiritual nurturing and alignment with divine wisdom. The role of Metricos in the believer's consciousness is integral to their growth, leading them toward the full revelation of the divine truth. In the Bible, Luke 7:35 states, "But wisdom is justified of all her children." This verse highlights the nurturing role of wisdom, which is often associated with the maternal principle. Just as a mother nurtures her children, wisdom nourishes and guides the believer, bringing them closer to understanding the divine. In Isaiah 66:13, it is written, "As one whom his mother comforteth, so will I comfort you, and ye shall be comforted in Jerusalem." This passage reflects the comforting and nurturing role of Metricos as the motherly principle, offering solace and guidance to the believer in their spiritual journey. Galatians 4:31 emphasizes the importance of the Jerusalem above. "So then, brethren, we are not children of the bondwoman, but of the free." This passage aligns with the idea that the believer, through Metricos, is no longer in bondage to ignorance, but is liberated by the nurturing wisdom of Jerusalem above, a metaphor for the divine guidance and nurturing of the motherly principle. Proverbs 1:8-9 states, "My son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother, for they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head, and chains about thy neck." Here, both father and mother work in tandem, representing the balanced relationship between knowledge, the father, and truth, the mother. The nurturing wisdom provided by Metricos ensures that the believer is guided into spiritual maturity, helping them align their thoughts and actions with divine truth. Jerusalem above. In the context of Metricos and the Aeons, the concept of Jerusalem above is not to be understood as a physical city, but as a metaphor for the community of believers who have been spiritually nurtured and brought into alignment with divine wisdom. As described in the book of Revelation, Jerusalem above represents the unity of believers who, under the nurturing guidance of Metricos, are formed into a spiritual city. This city is not defined by physical boundaries, but by the shared truth and wisdom that each believer embodies. Through the maternal care of Metricos, these believers are spiritually nourished, becoming living expressions of the divine wisdom. Conclusion: Metricos, the maternal Aeon, is integral to the spiritual ascent of the believer. By nurturing and guiding them toward divine wisdom, Metricos plays a central role in the formation of a believer's consciousness. As the motherly principle associated with the Jerusalem above, Metricos provides the nurturing wisdom necessary for the believer to grow and mature in the truth. This wisdom is not merely an intellectual pursuit, but a transformative process that leads the believer to spiritual freedom and alignment with the divine will. Through the nurturing power of Metricos, the believer is shaped into a reflection of the divine truth, participating in the unfolding of the divine plan.